All right. Right. So now I believe we're going live. And so today I wanted to go over my blueprint that I have. It's for those that are not familiar with my blueprint, it's at freeleadsblueprint.com. And I'm going to share my screen and go over my blueprint. Let me just take a look and see where. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and you can download this blueprint at free leads. Let me just go over here and type in freeleadsblueprint.com. And just an FYI, I'm probably going to update this probably in the next month or two. What I've heard from people that have downloaded this blueprint, it is overwhelming because basically this is the step-by-step of exactly what we do in our business to generate free leads online organically, right? And today what I'll do is last week, actually in my previous coaching, I don't know if I don't remember exactly what I did last week, but this on Tuesday I talked about the various leads. Actually, I did that last week as well. I think I talked about the various ways for generating leads marketing wise, whether physically, locally in your local market or online. I talked about the various ways. And so more specifically, this blueprint is specifically for organic growth, right? And so what I mean by organic growth, meaning being searched on the search engine, more specifically Google. It can also be for via YouTube as well, if you're going in that direction, and also for Bing and Yahoo, but it's really mainly specifically for Google. And so it has changed from the time that I originally created this blueprint, because I did have one step in a little further in, but I pushed it and changed it around only because I think that it's more important, and that is the Google Business Profile. So let me let me just go over the framework very quickly, and then I'm going to talk about maybe step number 3 more specifically today. All right, step 1 is basically assessment. Basically conduct an audit of your online presence. Okay, and then step 2 is building your foundation online, right? And this is, I think, in my opinion, a lot of people miss this step because they just think that just because you have a Facebook account or page, or you have an Instagram account, that Google is going to recognize you online. And it's not. If you're trying to do, and not if you're trying to rank on Google. So there's, I believe, specific ways you can do that to maximize your reach. So that's step 2. Okay. Step 3 is the Google Business Profile. Now I had this specific step further down, because what I believed previously was website was more important, but now realizing like this is mainly geared toward local businesses, professionals, and if it's not applicable, then you can take it out. So like, for example, if you have an online business or an e-commerce business that's strictly e-commerce, then it's not applicable. However, I do believe that 99% of businesses out there serve their local market. And so you have, one way or another, should have a Google Business Profile. And I believe that, I strongly believe that Google Business Profile, if you're not utilizing it for your business, you're missing out, okay? Because you could get a lot of local traffic as well as build your SEO using Google Business Profile. Okay, I'm going to talk about that a little bit further later on. Okay, then the website, right? So, I think most people, so the reason I had this first before was I believe, well, I know website can definitely is necessary requirement to rank on Google, but then Google recently came out with local ranking, and so with Google Business Profile, you don't need to have a website in order to rank on Google, especially in your local market. And so that's why I push that up first, and then number 4 is website. Okay, and then content marketing, and then this is citation digital footprint. And then I'm not going to go into it in detail. Online reputation. I may, in my next updated version, modify this to be included as part of the Google Business Profile, or I may move this up because I do believe that this is important. But anyway, I still have to put some thought and do some sitting down and really thinking about the steps. I may shorten it. I may simplify this blueprint in the future. Just letting you know, because I do feel like this is very overwhelming for a brand new person that's maybe new into SEO or trying to rank on Google. All right, and then amplifying for leads and traffic. There's different ways to approach this. So that is that. Okay, so we got the 9 steps taken care of. If you want to download this, it is at freeleadsblueprint.com. By all means, go download it, and then if once you're on the list, on my list, and any updates that when I update my next version, I will send it over to you, as long as you download it from here. Okay. All right. So with regard to Google Business Profile, okay, step 3, okay, these are basically the steps, right? And rather than going into it, I'm just gonna stop the sharing and basically tell you basically the 3 most important things that you need to do with Google Business Profile is basically having it and filling it out completely and the right way. Okay, what is the right way? Well, it's a lot involved for me to explain in this short time frame. So if you do have any questions, by all means, in the live, there should be a link. There is a link in there to ask any questions you have. Submit your questions on that form, and before the end of the session, I'm going to go check it out and see if there's any questions. If not, then if any questions are placed there, then I will answer it next time. Next week, I will not be having this session because it's Thanksgiving, so no live session next week. Okay, but I will be having on Instagram on Tuesday, and then on Friday, I believe no Friday, just Tuesday next week. Okay, all right. So with regard to Google Business Profile, so basically filling it out completely, and that is number 1, the most critical thing to do, right? And I think if I think about everything, there's a lot of information. I think what's important is NAP, name, address, and phone number. That is critical. And if you don't know what I mean by NAP, name, address, and phone number, write your questions, and I will, answer it next time in my next coaching session. Categories is another important factor. If you got to put yourself in the right category to be ranked for specific categories. And then the number 2 thing that you need to really focus on is reviews. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit about reviews and why reviews are important, because as Amazon, as well as being online, Amazon has really, and I wouldn't even say Amazon, I think just reviews in general, and also, because of so many people relying on reviews. What I mean by reviews, basically, all right, so let's take an example of buying something on Amazon. So like when I look for something on Amazon, right, it's not just me, I'm sure a lot of people, what do? You look at the reviews, and typically sometimes when it's a physical item or when it's something that it's a big ticket item, especially, I go looking and go on YouTube and do a search for that specific item and then type in review. And then I will look through the various search and find what I think is a credible, not necessarily credible, but people that have watched it, like large number of views. And then I'll take a quick look at it and see, spend 5-10 seconds watching it. And if I believe that this is a person that I think is going to be a credible review, giving a credible review of this product, then I'll watch and make my and then go through it. I may watch one or two, and then do further research. I would look at the reviews on Amazon, and so the same thing is applicable when people are looking at businesses, local businesses, whether it's a professional, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a real estate agent, whether it's a plumber. They will look at reviews and determine whether for me, I look at reviews, and if I were to hire somebody, I basically look at the reviews. And the problem with having a couple of reviews is that you don't know whether those are real reviews, because how is it to ask your friends and family to write a review, so the more reviews, the more credible, right? And so the problem that I see with most businesses when it comes to reviews is that they don't have a system in place, or they don't have a procedure, or they just don't have a means. It's very simple. You can do it. Getting reviews on Google Business Profile is for free. So there's no like magic to it, but it's just they don't have it in their system, and they don't have a way to implement it, and they don't have a way to respond to it. So, because it's also important to respond to reviews as well as getting reviews. Okay. And when you're getting reviews, it's just not a matter of just putting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. They have to write content. So the person that's writing the reviews, you have to incentivize people, or put it into writing something or some way so they can actually write the reviews. Okay. And what I mean by that is most people don't like writing reviews. I don't like writing reviews. So you have to kind of help them to kind of formulate what to write, right? You don't have to write the reviews, but you have to give them maybe possibly examples, or kind of say, hey, this is the thing that I would write, or something like that, and having a way to do it automatically. Okay. And then the last thing that I want to mention before we end this coaching session is photos. Photos is, I believe, the third thing that is very important when it comes to Google Business Profile, because like photos and reviews are the content of Google Business Profile. So basically, when you look at any of the social media, in the case of Instagram, there's different ways that you rank on Instagram, or the algorithm, right? And the same thing is applicable with Google Business Profile, and that is reviews and photos. So to recap, number 1 is filling it out. Number 2, getting reviews. And number 3, photos. All right. So before I wrap it up today, I am going to go and take a look at my and see if there's any questions that people may have. But and I just have to go and find that. Sometimes I have because my there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look and see if there's any questions. Looks like there's no new questions that I see, right? And so that wraps up today's session. I want to thank you for watching today, live coaching and Q&A. I think what I am lacking is, when I say live coaching and Q&A, maybe people don't know what I'm going to be coaching about. But basically, how to generate leads online. That's what I'm going to be teaching, coaching, answering questions on that. All right. So thank you for watching. And this is limited to 15 minutes. Got a lot of work to do today, but thank you for watching again, and I will see you in about 2 weeks after Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And I will see you next Tuesday on my Instagram if you follow me on Instagram. All right. Bye now.